Hey, just before we start, I want to thank Draconia Drawing for following me on Twitter. You can do so too and potentially have a shout out at the beginning of the video. If you want to do that, please do follow me on Twitter at the rate NLP underscore YouTube. Let's get on with the video. Well, let's talk about Double or Nothing. I'm a little late on the ranking video because I was a little busy for the last 2 days. Other than that, I'm now relatively free. And also, I really want to talk about this. I fucking love Double or Nothing. It was one of the best pay-per-views that I've seen in a while. It was so fucking good. Top to bottom, one of the most flawless cards I've ever seen. Except one match, we'll talk about it. But other than that, man, what a fucking show. The first show with crowds back, full capacity crowds. There were like 4,000 or 5,000 people there and it felt so electric. It was goddamn amazing. And let's talk about every single match that took place there from top to bottom, and we're going to talk and rank them from S tier to F tier depending on how good they were. Let's begin. So, the first match on the night was in the buy-in, which was the NW Women's Championship, Serena Deeb versus Rhea. I have gone on record and said that Serena Deeb is one of the best women's wrestlers in the world, and she just keeps proving it again and again and again, and this match was no exception. I cannot believe they just gave away this fucking phenomenal match on the pre-show. It was so goddamn amazing. First of all, Serena Deeb, she came out looking like a star, and the entire match targeted Rhea's legs, which is something she is doing, turning a little bit more heelish, and I think she kind of turned heel because she just slapped the handshake attempt from Rhea at the beginning of the match. Rhea, by the way, held her own. She was really good. You cannot tell that she has been missing from AEW for the last few months. I mean, a lot of months. But still, she was so fucking phenomenal. And so was Serena Deeb. As a buy-in match, I'm going to give this an A tier. It was really good. Really, really good. On the main card, this might have been a B tier, but since it is on the pre-show, man, it is an A tier match. Alright, now let's get into the main card, and obviously we're going to start with Hangman Adam Page versus the FTW champion Brian Cage. Let me just say, Brian Cage came out looking like the Terminator, and he and Triple H both have proved that you can't really dress like a Terminator and look cool. It's fucking impossible. And Adam Page got one of the biggest reactions of the night, and it was so good because he deserves it. He really deserves it. He's one of the best in the world right now as a babyface. And man, I want more of Adam Page. As a match, this was really fun. As an opener, it was everything it needed to be. High octane action with a lot of spots and a lot of moves. I really loved Brian Cage just suplexing Adam Page out of the ring and onto the ramp. That was really good. He also did a leaping F5 off the top rope, which was fucking phenomenal. Even Adam Page hit Brian Cage with the F5. That was weirdly amazing. The finish came when Ricky Starks and Hook came out and gave Brian Cage the belt. He decided not to use it, which ended up with Adam Page hitting the buckshot lariat for the win. This is leading to Team Taz dissension and probably a Brian Cage face turn. I can't wait for that. And really, honestly speaking, this is the A tier match. This was everything an opener needs to be. A high octane action just tells you, yeah, this is what you can expect from the rest of the card. And yeah, absolutely phenomenal. What a match. What a match to start it off. And the action just keeps going forward as we see the AEW World Tag Team Championship next, as the Young Bucks take on the Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston team. First of all, what a pop for Eddie Kingston. Dude has not been in front of a live crowd ever since he has joined AEW, and I have to say he deserved that pop. Them coming out to Wild Things was so good, so goddamn good. I love Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston, and as a team, they worked really well. The contrasting wrestling style of both the teams worked really well, and Young Bucks, some people say they don't know how to wrestle. Go fuck yourself. Young Bucks, in my opinion, is the best tag team in the world. Absolutely phenomenal. They're the best heel tag team and overall tag team in the entire world. There were so many amazing moments in this match. Yeah, actually Moxley and Kingston had the control in this match for a majority, and I liked that. And the ending came when the Bucks hit Moxley with 4 or 5 BTE triggers, which was great. They pinned him to retain the titles. This is also an 8-tier match. This, some people might say, is the best tag team match till now in 2021. and it was really good. Really, really good. This pay-per-view is starting up to be one of the best that we've seen in a while. This was such a good match. So next up, let's talk about the Battle Royale, that is the Casino Battle Royale. Basically, if you don't know the rules, the contenders will be coming in 4 groups: clubs, diamonds, hearts, and spade in this order, and finally a joker will also appear. Now, first came out the clubs, and the team consisted of, well, not team, the group consisted of Christian Cage, Matt Sydal, Powerhouse Hobbs, Dustin Rhodes, and Max Caster of the Acclaimed, who gave the most amazing lineup seen in a while. Christian was only good when he had his edge. Holy fucking shit. Then came Diamonds with Isaiah Cassidy, Matt Hardy, Preston 10 Pants, Nick Comoroto, and Serpenticle. Next up were the Hearts, Brian Pillman Jr., Griffin Garrison, Cole Cabana, Anthony Bowens, and Penta L0 Miedo. He was so over. He was so fucking over. And finally, Spades, consisting of Jungle Boy, who was undoubtedly the most over person over there. Everyone was singing his theme song the entire time. There were also Mark Quinn, Aaron Solo, Evil Uno, Lee Johnson, and finally the Joker, Leo Rush. That was a pretty decent surprise actually. I really enjoyed that. That was one of the best surprises that they could have given. Not a absolutely unknown name, but also a pretty well-known name, not the biggest name, but a great surprise. The winner was Jungle Boy, who last eliminated Christian Cage to have 3 eliminations and win the Battle Royale. A B-tier Battle Royale. Because there wasn't something exceptional about it, to be honest. There wasn't any massive moment that you'll remember this Battle Royale for. But yeah, Leo Rush was a pleasant surprise, and so was Jungle Boy winning. That was the correct decision. Next up, we go into probably the worst match of the night, and I don't think anyone's actually going to contradict me on that one. It's Cody Rhodes, the American, versus the Brit, Anthony Ogogo. So, at the beginning of the match, there were a lot of minutes played about Memorial Day, and at that point you knew there's no fucking way in hell Cody is actually losing. Which was bad, because I think Cody should have lost. There was not a doubt in my mind that Cody should have lost. So, that really hurt me. Ogogo came out and it wasn't anything special, but then Cody came out looking like Homelander. What the fuck was that? But anyway, the match started and Cody got hit with a jab that he does. I forgot the name of the jab. Anthony Ogogo hit Cody with his, finisher. Not finisher, signature move. And Cody just no-sold it. He just kicked out at 2. What the fuck? There's such a protected move that you've been protecting so far. And you end up protecting it, and a few minutes later, Cody Rhodes actually wins by doing a move I don't even know what the fuck the move was. Fucking hell. This was one of the worst match of the night. It was not a very bad match, but still, this could have been a flawless card if Anthony Ogogo actually crushed Cody Rhodes. C tier. I would have given this a D tier, but I couldn't because it wasn't that bad. But again, holy shit, man. There was so much potential with Anthony Ogogo, and Cody Rhodes is correctly being compared to Triple H. Next up, another match that I think did not live up to the potential, Miro versus Lance Archer. Miro is super over. He's really over, and that's really good. Lance Archer came out, he did not get that big of a reception, but Miro was super over. And there were a lot of great spots in this match. Lance Archer just hurling himself over the top rope to attack Miro at the beginning of the match. Him putting Miro through an empty table, which I saw a comment and it was really funny. That was the Spanish announcement table after the announcer got fired. That was really funny. There were also a couple of other moments, like the most notable one, without a fucking doubt, was Jake the Snake Roberts came out with a bag. It potentially had a snake in it. Miro took the bag and just yeeted it across the ramp. It was the funniest thing I've seen in a while. It was so funny. It was so good. Miro won. Miro retained in a B-tier match. There wasn't anything spectacular. I think there was so much more potential. But fucking hell. Man, Miro is so over. I hope they don't drop the ball on him anytime soon. If you've seen my How I Would Book video on the AEW Double or Nothing, you know that the match I was most excited for was the AEW Women's Championship hikarushida versus Dr. Britt Baker. And when Baker came out, she got such a pop that it was actually deafening. I had my laptop on 100 and I had to turn it all the way down because there was so much noise. It was fucking scary. She's so over, and as a heel, she getting cheered is scary. But again, then came out Shida, and it was a very good match. Some people saw some sloppiness in the match. I really did not. I love this match. There was a point where Shida's top got a little bit ripped off. I was a little concerned over that because that can derail the match a little bit. It did not. It really did not. In the third gear of the match, there was so many near pinfalls where I was like, yeah, that's it. That's the ending. There's no fucking way in hell. That's not the ending. And then they kick out. It was absolutely stunning. There was a point where Reba actually hit Britt Baker with the kendo stick, and accidentally. And even then she kicked out with just, saying something. And it was scary how good this match was. Baker won to a huge pop, and then she hugged Tony Schiavone, and that's great. So, absolutely, 8 here. There's nothing wrong with this match. It just isn't as good as the next one. One of the next ones. But holy shit, what a match. What a match. And this needs to be the turning point for the AEW Women's Division. Baker is such a star. Don't waste her. How does it make you feel when I say that the 62-year-old man Sting put on one of the best matches last night as he teamed with Darby Allin to take on Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page? Holy shit! Sting, 62 years old. He came out and it was a big deal, of course. Darby was also having Sting paint on his face. That was cool. And Sting, first of all, just jumped off and hit Sky and Ethan Page. That was funny. And not funny, really cool. And then he wrestled like he was 40. What the fuck is up with that? There were so many great spots in this match. Like Sting having Ethan Page in a Scorpion Deathlock. And then Scorpio Sky had Darby Allin in another lock. And they just keep battering each other. That was really funny. There was a moment where Sting got the heart attack, but the referee did not see it. That was such a great spot. I really loved that spot. And in the end, Sting and Darby won. I think that might have been the wrong decision because Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page were, they lost their first major match, and that's not great. But I have to say, this is not a burial for them because they were facing Sting, and it was a really good match. This also goes in the 8 tier. This is also an 8 tier match, man. I love this pay-per-view. Everything about it worked. Everything about it worked. And now, let's talk about the triple threat match. Kenny Omega versus Orange Cassidy versus Pac for the AEW World Championship. Some people are saying this is the best match all year and the best triple threat they've seen ever. I wouldn't push it that far, but it is now my second favorite match of the night. Of all year, actually. It's so good. Kenny came out looking like a goddamn star. He had 4 title belts looking actually like the belt collector. And it makes you feel like, yeah, Kenny Omega is the biggest star in wrestling. Some people might say it's Roman. Fair enough. But Kenny Omega is the biggest star in wrestling. There is not a doubt in my mind. Anywho, let's talk about some of the spots in this match. Can you believe that I'm saying this? But at moments, I actually thought Orange Cassidy was going to be the AEW champion. Yeah, it was such a fucking phenomenal match, man. There were so many great spots, like Orange Cassidy just pinning Pac and Omega after they took each other down. That was really funny. When Cassidy tried, he hit Omega with the orange punch, and at points it actually looked like he might win. Don Callis pulled out the referee, which is the weirdest thing, and then a little bit later, the Bastard Pac had Orange Cassidy in the lockjaw, or I don't know what the submission is called. Kenny tried to break it, couldn't, and hit the referee. It's such a phenomenal thing to do. It's so smart, and the booking absolutely phenomenal. Towards the end, there was almost not a doubt in my mind that Orange Cassidy was going to win, but yeah, Kenny pulled off the win. S tier. I think this actually deserves to be higher than S tier because this is quite possibly the best match I've seen all year. Not my favorite. Edge, Daniel Bryan, and Roman Reigns had a better match in terms of star power. But holy shit. This should have been the main event. Speaking of main events, here comes the last one. Inner Circle versus, of course, Pinnacle in a Stadium Stampede match. This was worse than the first Stadium Stampede, and I personally felt like it was a little boring, and that might be just my personal opinion. Let's start with some of the stupidest things I've seen in this match. Jericho and MJF basically had a comedy fight for some time. There were a couple of cameos too, I'm not going to talk about them. And then Jake Hager and Wardlow kept fighting through a butcher's area where they were like pig skins on meat hooks. I don't know what the fuck that was about. Then Sean Spears was sitting in a room full of chairs because he's the chairman. And Sammy and he fought for some time. And then, this is the funniest thing, FTR and Tony Blanchard were in a bar. This is all, by the way, within that stadium. That's so fucking stupid. Let's talk about the ending. Chris Jericho took out MJF, and towards the end, the chairman and Sammy Guevara were fighting in the ring where Sammy hit, I think, a Spanish fly or something to pin him. Fair enough, a good match. I would not put it in A tier. I would not. It's a B tier match. Personally, I felt like it was a little boring, not the best match of the night by any standards, but I don't think it quite left. After Blood and Guts, I think it was too comical and too boring to have this. And Inner Circle should blast. Fuck yourself. Inner Circle should have blast. Jericho could have gone on a tour, and Sammy is so ready to be, Sammy's so ready to be a single star. They should have lost and disbanded. But hey, as a overall match, it was decent. And let's now put Double or Nothing in the pay-per-view rankings. We'll check on this at the end of the year to see what probably was the best pay-per-view of the year. As of now, thank you everybody so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to let me know in the comments, as well as hit the like button and subscribe, because next up I'm bringing back the fantasy booking series. I know I've been telling that I will do the women's tag division. It will be coming in a while, but I think next I want to do King of the Ring. Maybe. Let's see. King of the Ring 2021 next. If you want to get a shout out potentially, do follow me on Twitter. That would be very nice. First link in the description leads you there. Thank you again, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.